Hey, it's a girl, Sarah Mack. It is April, and you know what that means. It's a brand new Bay Area creative. I got a very special guest for all y'all. It's Ian. He's a music artist. He's a producer, songwriter. Trust me, he knows his way around the Bay. So without further ado, this is Ian. Say what's up.
What up, y'all?
There.
My name is Ian Santillano. I'm a artist, musician, singer, songwriter, producer, whatever you want me to be.
Yes. And where are you from in the
Yeah.
Bay?
I'm from Hayward, and I live in
Nice.
Hayward. Yeah. At home
Okay.
with
The
mom.
510.
Yes, sir. The 510.
Nice. I
Yeah.
love it. You have the original like 510 numbers. I heard they're not giving them out anymore, huh?
Yeah. I have an OG 510 number.
It's real life.
So.
Nice. All right, we're gonna get into rapid fire. In case y'all don't know what that is, I'm gonna ask Ian um, his favorites, and he's just gonna say whatever's on his mind. Hopefully, honestly enough, and he will. Okay. All right. So rapid fire. The first one is favorite color.
Orange.
What? Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's
All
a
right.
rapid fire,
It's,
so
that's true. Yeah. Okay. I
rapid
love it.
firing back.
Okay. Is that your favorite emoji? The bonus question. Do you have a favorite
What's my
emoji?
favorite emoji?
Yeah.
Uh, the crying or like the tears welled up in the
Oh,
eyes
got it.
one. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Favorite food.
chicken wings.
Okay. Nice. Okay. Favorite dessert.
Ice cream.
Flavor.
Vanilla.
Dude. All right. All right. Nothing. Nothing. You out of the ordinary. Just vanilla.
Oh, dude, rapid fire vanilla. Come
Okay.
on,
That's it. He's like, I'm not thinking. It's
vanilla,
vanilla. Okay. All right.
vanilla is underrated, dude.
Low key
People say
though.
vanilla is just like why would you pick vanilla? But honestly, if you just take the time to eat vanilla, it's
Okay.
fire. That's
All
all I'm
right.
gonna say, dude.
All
So,
right. Okay. Favorite drink, alcoholic or non-alcoholic? You can answer
uh,
both.
water,
You know, yes, I'm down for that.
water,
That H2O. That's a
two,
classic too. They that's overrated or underrated actually. They don't be knowing. Uh,
water's good. Yeah, I like
it,
water.
yes. Okay. Favorite fast food restaurant.
In and out.
Ugh, see. That's why you the homie. That's why. Okay, got it. I love In and Out. Are you there for the animal style, or you just
Yeah,
get the?
I do get. I get it sometimes. I don't get it every time, but
Okay.
I be knowing.
Yeah.
Of
No,
course.
that's it. All right. Favorite movie.
Uh, Planet of the Apes, the second one in the trilogy.
Okay. Is
Um,
did they
then the
remake
new
that?
trilogy.
I was gonna say that. Did they remake that? Okay, so you're talking about the
Yeah,
newer one.
the trilogy with James Franco in it.
Okay, got it. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
the
Okay.
second movie,
Yeah.
I think,
You
or
say what?
maybe or maybe like Inception
Ooh.
or Interstellar. But those are all three great movies that I love. So,
All right. Fair enough. Favorite TV show.
um, right now it's Schitt's Creek. That's what I'm watching.
Okay, I heard that's really good. Okay, is it worth getting all the awards and stuff?
I don't
The
know, but it's
Emmys.
really good.
Okay.
I don't know about any of the awards that it got, but I really like it.
Okay,
It's
got
really
it.
good so far.
All right, and then favorite season, like month or season of the year.
Uh, I don't know, dude. That's tough. I have no idea. Maybe March, but that's too easy because that's my birthday. But
Okay.
nothing really happens in March outside of that. I don't
Okay.
know, dude.
Okay. What about like? So would you say springtime or like summer,
Uh,
fall, winter?
I like Christmas time, but
Okay.
I also am looking very forward to this summer, in
Okay.
particular, just because of like being inside and shit. So
Mm. for
I
sure.
don't know. I don't really identify with seasons that much,
Okay, fair enough. Okay.
but I don't know. For
Mm,
some reason now it feels like this summer is like I'm looking forward to it being hot and like
yes.
being outside and going out and stuff. I just got vaccinated today, actually.
Oh, nice. First or second?
First and only
Oh,
on
no,
that
you got that.
day today.
You got that Johnson and
Ah,
Johnson.
yes,
Nice.
sir.
Okay, okay. That's what's
First and
up.
only.
Nice. What about your favorite sport?
Um, Probably basketball,
Okay.
but I don't really watch that much anymore. I don't follow sports at all really anymore. But I used to
Okay.
play it, like, growing up and stuff. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. And then favorite music artists, top 5, if you could.
John Mayer, no in no particular order.
No order, yes.
John Mayer, D'Angelo, uh, Robert Glasper, uh, I don't know.
Okay. All right, top 3. That's all you
It's
need.
too hard, dude. I can't. Those are the hardest questions for me to answer being like a musician because there's just so much stuff that I feel like if I don't say someone or if I do say someone, then I'm leaving somebody out,
Somebody
somebody
out.
else out. Yeah.
That's true.
So
Yeah, there's so many too.
it's a very hard question. I have to like write it down, prepare it next time. And
Okay.
someone will ask me that, but yeah.
All right. Okay. Perfect. I That was my last question because I'm going to segue into this. So I
Okay.
read on your SoundCloud profile that one
Yeah.
of your biggest influences was John Mayer's Continuum.
Hmm.
And you also mentioned D'Angelo's Voodoo and Kendrick Lamar's To Pimp a Butterfly. So how has each album, or just as a whole, how has it influenced you as a music artist or a musician?
Yeah. I think John Mayer's Continuum was the first like album that I really was inspired by after picking up the guitar.
Mm,
Uh, I think before that I had been obviously I've been inspired by music all my life, but
yeah,
like like Parachutes by Coldplay is an amazing album.
okay.
Um, I remember listening to like Blink 182 stuff and like Led Zeppelin stuff growing
Okay.
up. A lot of like rock and Guns N' Roses and shit, but nothing like really resonated with me as a guitar player until I heard Continuum.
Mm,
My cousin Mick Rubio, shout out to Mick.
nice.
When
Yes.
I was like in the 6th grade, and I had first started uh, playing electric guitar. Um, he introduced me to a bunch of like stuff to play and whatnot. And then one of his recommendations was John Mayer and specifically like Continuum. Um, and then like I didn't really want to listen to John Mayer because there was like a stigma around being a
Mm,
John Mayer fan.
yes.
You know, being like especially coming from like playing Guitar Hero and stuff. You didn't find Guitar Hero. Uh, you didn't play Guitar Hero to play John Mayer stuff, so it was like weird. But then when I actually like got into it and listened, it like yeah, really changed my life in terms of how
Mm,
uh I wanted to play guitar
okay.
and music in general. So that really got me into like the blues stuff and um like the pop kind of sensibilities that he has
Mm,
and like songwriting stuff um and just being able to play uh I think every musician does their best job to try and copy who their idols are. So that's
mm,
essentially like what I was trying to do, just like learn all of his songs and just like pick up on like be able to absorb, not copy to like become a copy, but
yeah,
copy to take to absorb whatever you get out of it, and then that becomes your own footprint. So that's kind of
I
what
see.
happened um, with that, and then um, something that got me something I learned from listening to John Mayer stuff was like learn stuff that he listened to. So like a lot of the blues stuff that he was into, like Stevie Ray Vaughan and Jimi Hendrix and
Mm,
um, Albert King and BB King and stuff. That like I would listen to that stuff, and then eventually like I would listen to like stuff that they listened to, and then one of the artists that John Mayer covered um, in his John Mayer Trio band, which was a band that I was really a fan of because it was like very raw uh, and blues. Um, that's like what I connected to the most in that time. He
mm,
would cover like D'Angelo stuff, so then I was like, okay, so
uh,
I got D'Angelo.
I
Um,
see.
and then I checked out Voodoo, and I found out like the bass player on Voodoo is the same bass player that John Mayer was playing with on Continuum
Mm,
and on John Mayer Trio. Pino Palladino is like one of the greatest bass players of all time.
okay.
Uh, and like the sound of Voodoo and just like that slump that album created
Mm,
and popularized and is notorious for, like that became it's infectious, like that's just how it's designed to be. So
mm,
I got into that and like neo soul and jazz or and R&B and stuff.
yeah.
um and then To Pimp a Butterfly came out and it was kind of like down my alley too because of like the all the musicians on Kendrick Lamar's album.
Mm,
I hadn't been like a Kendrick fan before because I was lame and had a stigma similar to how like I didn't want to listen to John Mayer. I didn't want
yeah.
to listen to like hip hop and stuff, so I always had to like tiptoe around it by listening to like
Mm,
R&B or whatever. So like
I see.
D'Angelo is acceptable, but I wouldn't listen to rap or whatever for what
Mm,
you're a kid and you're afraid to like I don't know, you have an identity to uphold or whatever. But
yes.
uh like the musicians on To Pimp a Butterfly include like Robert Glasper and Terrace Martin,
Mm,
Thundercat, a lot of heavy hitters and both jazz and hip hop and R&B and pretty really everything.
yeah.
So that really opened me up sonically as well. So I feel like those three
Nice.
albums um, were a big foundation for me. Um, and then the stuff before too, like the Coldplay stuff and Led Zeppelin. So pretty much everything kind of was just like, and how do I absorb all this stuff, um, and then see what I can do with it. Um,
Mm,
yeah. And then it wasn't until college really where I would further like really practice and shed um outside of just like the I wouldn't say box, but sort of like box that I was in
okay.
terms of being a musician,
Mm,
where it was more uh like I can play whatever, and I have like pretty much like I was very talented. And my talent had gotten me to a point where I felt like I was really, really great.
okay.
But um but to get to the next step, I had to like really get rid of that mentality and really
Mm,
work hard. You know what I mean.
yeah.
Um, that's kind of what my college music journey was like for me.
Okay.
It was really like accepting. Um, how do I take all this foundation and really like make something out of it instead of just being good and then
Mm,
whatever,
I see.
being being like the best musician in high school.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
kind of like what it was like
I
until I
see.
started to like put my head down
Okay.
and you know
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Uh, and that's so you're talking about college, and so that was my next question. Like, when did you take your music to the next level? And you would say it would be around college.
Yeah, for sure. College. I was studying
Mm,
and I got a degree in computer engineering.
nice. Okay.
But while I was doing that, I
Yeah.
was doing a music minor as well.
Mm,
So I had played in the jazz band in high school on different instruments like drums and saxophones and stuff.
Yeah,
but I wasn't playing guitar. And then in college, I was like, I want to play guitar and jazz and see like I want to show them I want to show them that I
yeah,
could really play jazz, you know.
I see.
And really, it was like I said, it was like coming to terms with like, okay, like you really have to learn more if you want to be able to do this. Like you can play like this
Yeah.
and sound stupid and and sound like you don't know what you're doing over
Mm,
it and kind of like accept that as your ceiling, or you can like
yeah.
let go of your ego and take the
Interesting.
lessons.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Take the lessons that the school is providing and take a music minor and really study and practice and learn and spend a lot of time and and attention here.
Mm,
So I chose to do that. Um, so I would take the lessons that the school offered since I was a music minor, and then
yeah.
the jazz combo like they're offered for free. So it's like
Nice.
really just on you to do it. You know, how
Yeah.
far did you want to take it? And I just remember taking advantage of that whole program, like in the best way, because it's not like the music program is what I went there for, but
Yeah.
in a sense, like I really did go there for that.
Yes.
I really wanted to. I think you know, being Asian American, Filipino
Mm,
American growing up, you're always told that you got to be like a doctor, engineer, nurse,
mm,
whatever. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
like I was following um I was just following that pretty much my whole life. And doing music on the side, but I didn't want to I wanted to put music like equally
Mm,
at the forefront, you know, like
yeah.
and that's really what I did in college. Spent hours like in the practice room just shedding and learning stuff, transcribing jazz stuff and transcribing other stuff,
Mm,
just like posting it on Instagram, like
yeah.
just because I thought it sounded cool, you know.
Right.
And just like uh, spending hours practicing like music theory stuff and musicianship stuff. So I yeah, I had a really good time just really grinding
Yeah.
in college. I don't think there's been more of a time that it's felt like that.
Okay.
Um, yeah, and then even now, even though I do this full time, like
Yeah.
it's different, right? Because like I'm doing other things too, like I'm writing and putting music out and marketing and shit, and like
Yeah.
I don't have as much time to just go in and strictly like practice.
Mm,
But you know, sometimes there'll be like streaks, or like you know maybe I'll start building that consistency again, and start really learning new material and
yeah.
changing like what I'm saying. But yeah,
Okay.
college for sure.
Okay. Was that also during the time that you played at 55 South in San Jose?
Yeah,
What was
so
that like?
yeah, it was honestly like some of the best experiences I've ever had, especially because all the practicing and doing the jazz stuff was so fun and exciting.
Yeah.
But it was still like in a way in a vacuum because it was still just in like within the school, you know, and um, I didn't really know anyone outside. I didn't really have a network.
Hmm.
Um, I didn't really have any like connection
Yeah.
to the musicians or the artists. Um, I mean, let alone the artists and the other creatives and stuff, just like
Yeah.
musicians, you know, just strictly
Mm,
musicians. I didn't know anybody. So when I had the opportunity to finally go to 55,
yeah.
because I had turned 21, um, it was also the saxophonist's birthday celebration. His name is Lionel.
Okay.
He's an incredible saxophone player. He's the homie. Shout out Lionel.
Nice.
It was Lionel Palooza, the same night that I had gone the first. night to 55 South. So
Mm,
usually 55 is the house band, which is the Alliance,
okay.
uh, and a singer, usually Jonah. So it's usually Jonah and then the house band, and then people come and sit in, but it's not like it's like people will come from time to time. But for Palooza, like literally all the musicians are out there that that ever go to 55. So
Oh, wow.
it was very it was very surreal and scary because
Yeah.
I brought my stuff and I was there to play because my homie Bernard is the one that really shout out Bernard. I had a band or I had played in a band with him called uh um frick, Sold Out Underground,
Okay.
which actually your cousin
Yes.
created. Yeah,
Yes.
Angelo. Shout
Yes.
out Lassie Mac.
Shout out
Uh
to my cousin.
yeah.
Yes.
But he had brought Bernard to that band because he saw him at 55. And then, long story short, Bernard was like, "Hey, once you're 21, let's
Yeah.
like bring you in, bring your axe, come play with us,
Nice.
sit in, whatever." So
Mm.
it was really crazy because that was the first time playing in front of that was the first time playing like in a bar,
Yeah.
first time like playing live in that setting. And now it seems so well. It's so far away now because just live shows have been gone forever. It
Yeah,
seems
that's
like,
true. True.
but back then, that's the thing that like I had dreamt of. Like
Oh. Mm.
every time, the only like settings I'd ever played music in were like in school bands or like at home by myself. So
Right, right.
there was no like, or maybe like a talent show or something,
Yeah.
by myself. So there was no like, I just wanted to play like in a band in a bar or like in just like at a venue.
Yeah.
And even though it's like, it's not like it's not like a music venue. Like that's what it felt like. So
Oh, it's
that was
cool.
really that was really really cool. And then yeah, from then on, I just uh, I didn't go consistently, but then the summer of that year, I turned 21. I went every single weekend, brought my stuff every single weekend, sat in and played. Um,
Nice. Yeah.
Most of the time, not getting paid because
Okay.
I wasn't part of the band really. I was just sitting. I wasn't part of like uh, the band that gets paid, so I was just
Okay.
sitting in, is what you would call it.
Mm.
But if there was a member who couldn't make it and um,
Oh, right.
they needed a substitute,
Yeah.
then I would get paid. But I was
Ah,
going regardless,
okay.
just because I wanted to play and
Yeah.
just and like be a part of that and
Nice.
network and shake hands. So that's really where it all started in terms of
Oh,
um um like professionally, I guess you would say.
yeah.
How I got to know all of these people and started gigging and whatnot, and yeah.
Nice. How long did you stay at, or did you like? Because you said every weekend. So was that like for a year, or was it more off and
Yeah,
on, or
I want to say like I was going every weekend for sure for that summer,
okay?
and then like probably for a year it was just going every weekend.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
and like it was crazy. There's so many like it felt really like good to be there.
Yeah.
Um, and then it always felt good, but I always felt like there was something more for me, um,
Hmm.
because um, after like after gone for that for a while,
Yeah.
started to feel like, well, especially not during the summer, but when school came back and I was a
Hmm.
senior and
Yes.
I was focused on stuff and like uh, all the engineering stuff that I had to do and
Yeah.
senior projects and shit. It seemed like there was more things that I had to like allocate my time to, and
Yeah.
see what was important to me. At the time, I had just started dating my ex, not my now ex.
You're okay.
Uh, it's funny story. She's also was my keyboard player for the Housewarmers.
Oh, really?
Even even after we broke up, so
Yeah.
we're good friends now, whatever.
Nice. Hmm.
Um, but so there was a lot. Needless to say, there's a lot of things that
Yeah.
I had to focus on. And then like even with music, even within music, it was like kind of the question of what do I want to do, you know?
Yeah.
Um, I've kind of I kind of went so much that I kind of shook all the hands that were needed to be shaken, and like seeing all the people and like played. It was almost like I had hit like an internal ceiling for myself there, where I was going and it was fun all the time, and I was playing. I wish I could go back. Actually, I can go back because
Yeah.
they
Like,
have an
could you?
outdoor thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't played with them in a while, but yeah, I could always hit them up and be like, "Hey, let me come through and play."
Yes.
But um, I really wanted to do something more than just play like covers and stuff, which is
Mm,
great. But
right.
I wanted to do my own thing, make my own music, and have my own band too. And that's kind of where IPA came out of actually.
Okay.
So I started working on my own stuff 2018, like producing and stuff. I
Mm,
started to like tell myself that I'm gonna take this seriously and like really um, work through making really bad shit, which is just true now.
okay.
Even you just have to make bad shit. You have to be okay with making bad shit
Yeah.
to make the good shit. So
That's
started doing
true.
that in 2018. Like I want to write songs, I want to make music, I
Yeah.
want to be an artist.
Mm,
Um, and then probably midway 2018, I was like, "Yo, like, what's up?" Sold out.
yeah.
Angelo Pablo, like Pablo's my homie from Santa Clara. He plays drums. Shout out Pablo.
So-
Um, uh, Freaking, I was like, dude, like we have this sold out thing, but we're just playing weddings and shit like that, which is
Yeah.
cool. But
Right.
I want to like, let's like be more creative.
Yeah.
That's where IPA came from.
Okay.
First band that I like
Mm.
led and stuff. Um, I like led, but I wasn't. I was like the leader, but not really by like. It was not really clear who the leader was, but I guess I was the leader.
okay.
Um, and we were playing like covers, but they were like cool, like jazz versions of them because I was heavy into like jazz stuff.
Yeah.
At that time, I was still going to school and in the
Mm.
jazz combo and learning hella shit. So it was a really cool space to like try things out that I was just learning about, and
Nice.
then for Angelo and Pablo, it was the same thing. Like we were just like constantly like coming up with new ideas and
Yeah.
like every rehearsal it seemed was just like a jam session where we would just like come up with shit and it's like, hey,
Mm.
let's save that and for like the next like we were just putting shit down into our set list, right? Stuff we could pull out, and it was like a mix of like covers and stuff that that we liked, so it wasn't necessarily like what what the crowd wanted to
Wanted to
hear.
hear. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mm.
but it was really just for us, and it was like some of my original stuff that I was working on, some stuff even that would make it onto like my first ever project, 1856. So
Nice.
um,
Yeah.
IPA was really really cool. What was the question again? What did you ask me?
Oh no, you already answered it. You're good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Um.
tend to just like go off on
Oh
just
no,
like
it's all
I
good.
love I just love answering questions like this where it's just like I'm gonna
Okay.
tell you everything.
Yes. I hope I'm not asking you the same questions because
Oh no,
I,
no, no.
yeah, personally, that's kind of my pet peeve when you hear the same interview, the same questions all over again. So,
Yeah.
yeah, hopefully I'm not doing that to you. But
Oh,
yes.
it's
Yeah.
good, dude. It's
Okay.
like yeah.
All right, cool. I'm gonna switch gears a little bit. I want to talk
All
to
right.
you more about the songwriting process.
Yeah.
I know, every artist or every songwriter is different, and it depends. But do you have a certain process, or does it kind of just go by experience, or like does somebody
Yeah.
play like a slick lick, and you're like, wait a minute, that's something, or how does that kind of go down? I guess.
Yeah. Uh, I feel like for me, my process has been usually starts with music first.
Okay.
And I've only really song written like lyrics and stuff
Yeah.
for my own stuff
Okay.
thus far. Um, so it's really been mostly like music first, and then get it to a point where I can kind of build like a skeleton of a song around it,
Okay.
and then start writing something to it,
Oh.
and then it just kind of goes back and forth between them once each part is like far enough. So
Hmm.
like if the music is this far and like the lyrics are this far,
Yeah.
then like I can go back and forth between them. I can start to like picture like a song instead of just like an idea or a sketch, you know. And
Right.
then
Okay.
I start like working on the song. I work very much like, so I have this mic right here.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh, so like I have everything in my studio kind of like ready to be played
Hmm.
or recorded. So if I need drums, like I could pull drums up in the software, or I
Yeah.
could like play them, or like play the instruments and whatnot. So it's very like if I hear something, it's like okay, I'm gonna add that, and
Hmm.
then uh, it kind of just develops into a song, and then having a song is like the best part because that's the it's hard to make songs.
Oh yeah.
It's easy to I would say it's easy, but it's easier to just like make ideas and stuff.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
songs are exciting to have because they almost come out of nothing,
Mm.
and then
It's
they
true.
are something. So yeah, my process kind of starts like that. Just usually instruments and music and stuff. Sometimes in rare occasions, sometimes I'll just be like driving and have voice memos open and just like record
Oh,
idea
nice.
that I have, and then I'll
Okay.
come home and then I'll just like cut it. But um, yeah,
Okay.
process is usually start with some music and drums and
Yeah.
guitar and bass and shit, and yeah.
Okay. All right. Um, my favorite song is Fire Away. So for my own indulgence, could you tell more about that song? Just
Yeah,
for me. Just give it no. Seriously, I do like that song. So
no,
um
I really appreciate that.
really good song.
I would love to talk about Far Away. Um, Far Away
Mm.
is a great song. Um, it's my most played song on Spotify too, which is crazy.
Yes.
Um,
Did you think that? Like when you made that song, you're like, oh, this is fire, or like this is gonna be the one or whatever, but or what like I don't know.
no, not really. I
No.
just thought it
Okay.
was like I knew it was a great song.
Mm, yeah.
Um, I knew that. So when you send something to Spotify, you can send one song off of the release
Right.
to the editors, and then the editors
Um,
decide if like they want to put on a playlist or whatever. So I
right.
knew that um, out of the album or out of the EP, I mean 1856,
Yes.
that Far Away would be like the song to pitch.
To send,
Um,
yeah, right.
yeah, because the other two songs that I had pitched were already released as singles before they
Mm,
came out in 1856. But then the other three tracks on 1856,
yeah.
great songs too, but they're more like for for the EP.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
but Far Away, yeah, I knew like, um, but yeah, Far Away just really came out of. Um, I wasn't even in this room, but I was in like my uh like living room area, my mom's living room area. I live in
Yeah.
my mom's house. I already said that,
Yes.
but shout out to not having to pay rent
Mm,
and
I heard that. Me too. Yes.
so uh I had my stuff set up out there for some reason, like just guitar and mic and stuff.
Okay.
And then I just remember it coming out of me one day, and it really came from the idea that I had come, I had thought that I knew everything,
Mm.
and I was in my first relationship ever, like first everything. So I was learning new things, obviously, left and right, and making a bunch of mistakes left and right.
Yeah.
And then like feeling like whenever my girlfriend had something to like tell me, like I had to like come up with like 20 times the amount of things to say back to her that would make me
Yeah.
seem like I knew everything, you know what I
I
mean? So
see. Mm.
like I would try to like, oh no, you gotta do it like this,
No.
like this is what you need to do, you know, like
Yeah.
this is why you feel this way, etc., etc.
Right.
And it was like it was uncomfortable for me
Mm.
even doing it in the moment, but for some reason I would still do it. Almost
Okay.
like I was lecturing her. Um,
Okay.
um, so that's
Yeah.
kind of what the idea of Far Away is about. The
Mm.
first half of it is like um, me accepting like that I do this, and
Yeah.
then figuring out like, oh, why do I do that? Like maybe I think I sound clever when I say these things, or like
Yeah.
um, whatever. But the realization that I come to in the song is like, oh, actually, like these are just things that you're projecting.
Mm.
It's really like stuff that you want to tell yourself because you're falling short in those areas.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
that's what Fire Away is about. It's about firing away on the idea or the notion
Mm.
that you have to be like you have to know all this shit and have everything together,
Yeah.
which nobody has, honestly.
Exactly.
Nobody has
Exactly.
anything together. The people who have all their shit together are the ones that realize that they don't have anything together. Uh,
Yeah.
and so I think that's why Fire Away resonates um, with a lot of people,
Yeah.
just because it's a very human thing to feel
Mm.
that way. Feel like, oh, okay, now I know what to do. You know,
Yeah.
now I know like now I have the answers, and then it's like, actually, no, you don't. And it's I think
Mm.
that I've lived a very short amount of life.
Mm.
I've just turned 25,
Nice.
and I feel like having this realization that life is just really gonna be learning shit, and then learning that you don't know shit.
Yeah, learning more stuff. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, your entire life is just you
Mm.
can either accept that and fire away at trying to capture trying to stay on top of at all times, or
Yeah.
you can you know you can fight that, and best of luck to you. But
Yes.
um
Yes.
yeah, so it's
Yeah.
really a song for me.
Mm.
All my songs are for me,
Yeah, for
really,
you. Yes.
but that far away in particular is just like it's like a check on myself.
Yeah.
And even in the bridge, I'm like, I second guess myself. I'm like, no, I'm not
No.
wrong.
Yeah.
And then
And
at
then
the
at
end
the
of
end,
the bridge, it's like, no, I am
I
wrong.
am wrong. Yeah, I love
I
that.
think I'm sounding clever. So it's like, you know, it's important to be critical of yourself and to
Mm.
also play devil's advocate with yourself.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes you do know your shit, but it's
Mm.
important to kind of like it's important to check and make sure that where you're at.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, yeah, that's exactly why I love the song because most songs I mean, I think obviously songs try to make you feel good and all of that, there's songs like that, but I think this one is more of a check yourself, like,
Yeah,
ego or whatever however you wanna phrase it, but it's just more of a check yourself, and, yeah, I think
definitely.
that's me all the time, so I'm like, "Yep, this is the Yeah, so like you said, I think a lot of people resonate with that feeling
Appreciate
or
that.
that you gotta be humble, vibe, even though, most
Yeah,
times you don't wanna be. Um,
yeah. No,
yeah.
it's one of those songs like um, I mean, I can't speak for
Mm,
how people can define it, but for me, I guess it's timeless in that way because I'll always feel that way in some in I will always know what that feels like. I don't think I
Mm,
can ever forget that it's 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 there's always so much to learn,
yeah.
you know?
Exactly. Yes. Another track I wanted to talk to you about is one of your more recent tracks.
Yeah,
It's wanna go outside again. Yes.
yeah,
Um, I mean, yes, we obviously know why we want to go outside again. Which is the pandemic and just
yeah.
that situation in itself. But I think it also kind of obviously you don't say it, but it can also taps into like mental health and like just checking
Oh,
in
yeah.
with yourself and like I want to go outside. Like we took outside for granted in a sense.
No,
Um and yeah, so if you could just elaborate on that.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's I mean, that's exactly it. It's, wanting to go outside again, I think is
Mm,
it has a different meaning for whoever listens to it because,
yeah.
like, it could be as simple as, like, I wanna like, we haven't been outside because we had to be locked down and, like, inside, and
Right.
so it might just be as simple as really just going outside.
Mm,
For me, like, I think I really this feeling of wanting to go outside really hit me when I started to go on runs outside,
okay.
and at a certain point, I think last August or something,
Mm.
like the California fires were really bad,
Oh, yeah.
and it got so bad that the sky was orange
Yes.
that day, and that was. I just remember waking up and seeing like that it was like 8 a.m. or something, and it looked like that outside.
Yeah.
I was just like depressed because
Mm.
it was just like not so much just it was a shocking thing to see, but just everything it epitomized. Uh, it was the epitome of like the pandemic. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Everything that 2020 had to offer, like it really like did not pull any punches, and like now, like at least during the pandemic, like we could go take walks around the neighborhood,
Mm.
if you were able to. But now, like these masks don't even work to like help block the smoke out of your
Oh,
lungs. So like you're
exactly.
just like, and it was like, especially when I was going out on runs, that was kind of keeping me mentally fit because
Mm.
I had something to do and something to look forward to outside of um doing music. Which when you're in a fucking pandemic,
Yeah.
cooped up and not doing anything, it's very hard to be inspired creatively,
For
especially
sure.
if you
Yeah.
just try to do your if you just try to like be creative for the sake of being creative,
Yes.
it's fucking terrible. So, running
Mm.
was giving me that outlet, and then now it's like now I can't run. So it's like, damn, uh, Twitter really has taken everything away from me. I just want to go outside again. I just want to be able
Mm.
to go outside and run again.
Yes.
Um, and that's kind of where the idea came from. And then I would start to unpack it. So like the orange energy that I talked about in the song
Yeah.
is like literally the orange skies, but also like
Mm.
Donald Trump was on his bullshit and he's orange, right?
Yeah.
So like I was, it's like it's
Nice.
there's a lot of like kind of those like
Yeah.
double entendre or
Yeah.
whatever things in
Right.
there where it's like I'm talking about this, but I'm also talking about this,
Mm.
um and just mentally I was fucked all types of fucked. So like
Mm.
like I had gone through so in April, my girlfriend and I had broken up, so that was my first breakup
Mm.
and going into like my first pandemic, first lockdown,
Oh gosh. Yeah.
so it was like
Oh.
all like very I didn't know what was coming from what, was I
Right.
depressed and anxious and crazy because of the breakup or because of being in lockdown
Yeah.
or
Mm.
because like I don't feel inspired to do music or is it the president
Oh
or what is
man,
it? You
that's
know,
rough.
so
Yeah.
like all those things kind of went into I the response to all of that was like I just want to go outside again.
Mm,
Just give me the simple thing that I could do, that I could
yeah,
look forward to. Just let me go outside again.
yeah.
Um, I think in the bridge, it really is like an invitation um,
Mm,
to myself and to whoever's listening. Like, let's try to keep this together right now, or hold
yeah.
it together right now, and
Mm,
then let's try to hold it together somehow. I think the somehow is what really like is really what um, captures the whole song together. Is like let's
yeah.
try to keep it together somehow. Despite all of this bullshit that we're
Mm,
living through
yes.
personally, professionally,
Yeah.
all the ullies,
Nice. Yes.
um, all the just the bullshit and the
Mm,
like racism and all the isms and
yeah.
there was just so much shit happening last year and still happening now, but at least the light at the end of the tunnel for at least going outside and seeing people and your friends again is starting to look more and more hopeful every day, getting
Exactly.
vaccinated and stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm proud of myself that I was able to hold it together.
Yes.
Not without having to step back and meditate and journal and stuff and
Mm,
really
mm,
try to
yes.
work on myself. Um, but yeah, when
Yeah.
I go
Yeah.
outside again is the music video comes out tomorrow,
Yes, there it is. Excited.
April 9th.
April
So
9th. It's coming up. It's tomorrow. Yeah. So,
yes.
um, yeah. So I told you about my favorite songs. Do you have a favorite song that you've done? I know that's like a loaded question, but is there one that's just like, yeah, this is the one. This is the one
From
that
my
defines me.
catalog,
Yes, from your catalog.
damn, it's a tough question. Uh, I think an underrated song
Hmm.
that I have is called "Would I."
Okay.
Uh, it's not like super crazy. Like, uh, the lyrical content is not that crazy. It's really about just like uh having second thoughts in a relationship and like wondering if
Hmm.
would I do that? Would I really break things off? You know,
Okay. Hmm.
uh, is that who I am, or is that who I want to
Yeah.
be, or do I, you know, stick with this and apologize or whatever?
Right.
Uh, but I think the way I made that song was very like it feels like there's different acts to it. So like the
Okay.
first act, it feels this way, and the second act is kind of like it feels this way, it's really cool. I think how I made that song feel like uh, kind of like a play, I guess. Even
Okay.
like the outro where it's like really weird chords and like almost disconnected from the whole song.
Yeah.
Um, I think that's like one of my favorites
Okay.
that I made. Um, yeah, but I love all my songs. I think
Yeah.
it's
Right.
um,
Um, okay.
yeah,
And then my last question for the day is who would you love to collaborate with or just at least, yeah.
that's a good question too. Oh man. Uh, I mean John Mayer, obviously.
Right, that'd
Um,
be dope.
any of those top three that I have would be incredible.
Hmm.
I don't know if I have what it takes to be there, um, but that's a great question.
Okay.
I want to collaborate with. Uh, Leon Lahavas.
Who's I'm sorry, who is that?
He's an artist from uh, the UK, I think.
Oh, okay.
He's incredible. Leon Lahavas or Tiana Major 9 is also from the UK. Tom Mish would be sick.
Okay.
Um, uh, yeah,
Okay.
Leon Lahavas is so cool.
All right. That's what's up. I want to apologize to all my YouTubers. I feel so bad that I do not know these artists. So yeah, this is one of the reasons why I do this YouTube channel so I can know more artists. So yeah, so sorry if you're rolling your eyes out there, but I'm learning. We're out here. This is what it's all about. So yeah, bear with me if I sound ignorant. Um, with that being said, Ian, is there anything that you want to plug?
Yeah. Um, so I just have my music video coming out tomorrow or April 9th,
Yes.
whenever you air this. So it might not be tomorrow, but it might be out already too if it's out after. But
Yeah.
I have that, and then I'm working on an album. Not really saying too much. Not really putting like that much out onto like social media and
Mm,
whatnot right now. I'm in kind of in hunker down,
uh,
put my head down and write and
nice.
record and work mode, which
Okay.
is really great. So don't have I don't feel like I have to share everything all the time.
Mm,
Yeah, if you just wanna see whatever I put out on Instagram, just Ian underscore Santillano,
there it is.
and then just search me up on Spotify or Apple Music or SoundCloud or whatever you listen on. Ian Santillano, I have music out. Go listen to that. In the meantime, but yeah, probably gonna be dropping more music videos and whatnot at some point. But it's a journey, and just
Definitely.
love doing music. So just gonna be here doing music.
Yes. Awesome. Thank you so much, Ian, for your time. Thank you for sharing, about your music and just about working with other musicians is definitely awesome to see that. And the Bay Area is definitely thriving. You don't have to look too far to see that. And you're definitely one of them. And I'm just going to let you know when you listen to Ian's music, there are many sounds, and that's why I love it so much because it just all blends so well and just things that you don't even think would go together. It's there. So I think you'll know what I'm talking about once you hear his songs. So yeah, definitely check out his music. Like you said, SoundCloud, Spotify. Yeah, he's out here on YouTube. So he's gonna have that music video coming out. And yes, it will be definitely this video will definitely be out before or after April 9th. So yes, please check out his stuff. And yeah, if you want to check his socials, it's gonna be um I'm sorry, on Instagram, Ian Santillano. Yes.
Yeah, but with
And yes,
the underscore in between.
underscore in between, but you know where
Yeah.
it is. Link in bio, you know the drill. This is Sarah Mac. Follow me at it's Mac right there on Twitter and Instagram, and follow me. Follow that red dot. Have a good night, y'all.